Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Common Sense Crypto channel. As with you always, this is Rich doing another video today on XRP. So I hope you're all having a wonderful day today, wherever you are in this great world. We're going to talk about XRP. And once again, this is the one-day chart. We're sitting here at $2.41. XRP is up 4.43% today. And, right now, everybody's asking the same question. Is this the moment we've been waiting for? And look at Bitcoin. Up above 111K. It reached another new all-time high today. Let's hope this continues. As long as Bitcoin continues upward, it's going to take the rest of the market with it. And that will solidify we are going into alt season. But it is so nice to see XRP above $2.40. And today was a great day for XRP. Even Alex Cobb is saying, Bitcoin following XRP. I saw other people saying the same thing because there was no big news for Bitcoin at all. And what's going on in Washington right now is Brad Garlinghouse is telling senators exactly what XRP is and what direction that they should go in around regulations. That's very bullish for XRP. Not so bullish for Bitcoin. But the whole market is green right now. U.S. President Trump announces 50% tariff on Brazil. Even the tariff talk couldn't bring the market back down again. And everybody thought when this dropped that was it. The market was going to start plummeting down. But not this time. I think the market is getting used to tariffs now. I think now it doesn't have that effect on the market like it used to have. Let's see what happens next. Last crash before the surge. Why Bitcoin is set to drop below 107K. And you see the chart right here. So what they're saying is it's going to come down, touch 107K, come back up. Then it's going to come back down one last time before it really breaks out. But the people that do the charts, they're not always right. Sure, they get the market right once in a while. I think they're just lucky when it happens because nobody really knows where we're going to go from here. I would love to see the market continue upward. Let's get to alt season already. Let's make some serious money. 4 years ago, this comes from Solo Sway Media. 4 years ago, many said Ripple and XRP would die. Today, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse testifying before the U.S. Senate, helping lead the conversation on crypto market structure. This moment follows a brutal legal battle with the SEC and a landmark win, thanks to Stuart Alderati. What a turnaround. Truly remarkable. If we went back to December 2020, everybody said that was it. They were throwing in the towel on XRP. But I said, something's wrong here. This has to happen right now for a reason. And the last 4+ years have been them just slowing Ripple and XRP down. And what did Ripple do? They went overseas and put rails everywhere in every single country. Now we are at the turning point because regulations, I'm telling you, they are going to benefit utility, not hype and speculation. And that's why once we get regulations in place, I think it's going to be absolutely go time for not just XRP, but XDC, XLM, and so on. And Brad going to Washington and doing this, he's not just doing this for XRP. He's doing this for the entire crypto space, every single cryptocurrency holder out there. And maybe that is what got the market going. We really don't know, because that could also be bullish for Bitcoin as well. Ripple has selected BNY Global as the primary reserves custodian for RLUSD. This was also very big news. Take a listen to what Brad says here.
Announcing just moments ago that it's partnering with BNY for BNY to be its primary custodian for its stablecoin. Joining us first on CNBC, Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse. Wow, that's a nice shot, Brad. It suits you well. You're looking very, even presidential almost. Welcome.
Thank you. It's good to be here. Good to be back on Squawk Box.
You need a custodian for your stablecoin. Why BNY?
Well, look, I think as the crypto industry has emerged from kind of the last administration where the industry was being attacked, working with the most trusted, the most well-regulated, and even the best capitalized partners is a way to continue to build trust in this system. And stablecoins at their core, by their nature, it's a dollar backed with a dollar in deposits. Bny Mellon has, for a very long time been amongst the most trusted partners out there for as a custody bank. So we're really pleased. We think it's indicative of the shift of tide where we've had headwinds for this industry are now becoming tailwinds. And I think we're going to see a lot of growth.
I think that was set in stone years ago. Ripple choosing BNY. And here's why. This comes from Smoke. Remember, Sandy O'Connor serves on the board of Ripple and is chair of the board of Bny Mellon, Government Securities Services Corp. And we knew she was part of Team Ripple for a long period of time. All the people that sit on the board at Ripple, they have major ties to big financial institutions and beyond. Look at Rosie Rios, former treasurer of the United States. She could have got a job anywhere, but she chose to work with Ripple. And that should tell you all you need to know. But I think this was building out in the background under an NDA for a long period of time. Bny Mellon was a direct descendant of Thomas Mellon, founder of Mellon Bank, which eventually merged to become part of Bny Mellon. He was also an early investor in XRP. He clearly had inside information. He knew what was coming for XRP. Nothing is coincidence. It's all been planned. And you see right here, he was holding $1 billion worth of XRP. That should tell you you need to be holding XRP as well. You see the elite ties to Ripple, the big central banks. But then you also see Rockefeller and the rest of them, all ties to Ripple and XRP, even Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation as well. This is an elite cryptocurrency that you're holding. I always told you, invest in what the elites are investing in. They're going to make a shit ton of money. You might as well make a shit ton of money as well. Breaking, Brad Garlinghouse full Senate testimony is now available. I want to point out one part of this. So this is what Brad went there to do. He says, first, set clear jurisdictional boundaries for our main financial regulators. Second, establish pathways for companies to build in the U.S. without sacrificing investor or consumer protections. And third, ensure that the U.S. can be a global leader in crypto by taking full advantage of the benefits and efficiencies brought by digital assets and blockchain technologies. Blockchain is not going anywhere. People still live under that impression that crypto is magic internet money and that at some point they're just going to outlaw it in the United States. It's so stupid at this point. This was great a couple years ago. That would have been a good argument. You really didn't have anything to point at and say, well, now look at this is happening and that is happening. But today, it's so much different. You got to remember, we just seen Brad Garlinghouse sitting there explaining to the Senate to senators what XRP is, what it does. You know, even talking about the Ripple versus SEC case and how Brad sees it as a win. And now we need to push forward. We need innovation to grow in the United States. Every other country outside the United States has been doing this in the background for the last 4 years while they crack down on crypto in the United States. The tide has turned. You know, anybody that doesn't invest in crypto now is just a fool because they have the opportunity there. All they have to do is take some money, put it in this space, sit back, do nothing, and they can get financial freedom. But instead, they still believe in the broken system, the banking system. Oh, I want to put my money in a savings account and earn less than 1% on my money. I don't want to tie my money up in crypto. What happens if it doesn't take off this year? It's like, this is the year. This is the moment. Us as crypto investors, this is what we've been waiting for. And yes, RLUSD will rival USDT and USDC as each stablecoin competes for market dominance. But investors care about incentives, and RLUSD's ability to offer strong returns to users may give it the edge. Like I said, people want to have something that gives some sort of incentive for them to hold that asset, whether it be a stable coin or a cryptocurrency. Because we are on the verge of putting our crypto to work for us as well. Imagine just sitting back and every single month, you know that money's going to come pouring in and you never, ever have to sell your crypto again. But even keeping money in the bank, I'd rather keep it in a stable coin. At least you could get 4% on your money. The bank isn't offering that. You know, that's why so many people are going to be left behind. Just for the fact that they don't want to learn what kind of capabilities crypto and digital assets offer. You know, if everybody figured this out, nobody would be keeping money at the bank anymore. They would be keeping their money in crypto. But when you look at XRP sitting here above $2.41, let me tell you something. I'm starting to get excited about this. I want to see what happens next. I still think it's too early to say it's go time. I know a lot of people out there are really hyping this up right now, but I will hype it up once we get above $2.60 and we hold there. In other words, we don't touch $2.60 and then come back down. But right now, I mean, if you zoom out on XRP, I mean, you could see it. We have the best chart in all of crypto right now. Even if you go to the all-time, I mean, you could see the momentum building for XRP. It is like holding a basketball underwater. Once it breaks out, it is going to move so violently to the upside. So many people are going to be in shock when XRP finally goes parabolic. And it is absolutely coming. But until it happens, stay patient, stay positive, and let's get rich together. With that said, I'm going to wrap up this video. I want to thank you all for watching. I appreciate all of you. I'll see you in the next one. Have a great night.